So when it comes to diaphragmatic breathing, I think it is a very extremely underutilized modality to help people get out of pain, to help them start moving better, feeling better, and all sorts of stuff. It's very powerful, but you have to have buy-in from the client. So if you're explaining that you're just going to breathe, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? This is a waste of time. But if you explain it, how powerful it is, how much it's going to benefit them, you give them good examples, then they're really going to respond to that. Now, you're not going to win every single time. I want to be upfront with that with you. You're not going to win with this every single time. You're not going to win with clients all the time. You're going to fail a lot of times, and that's fine because you're learning as a person, you're learning as a coach, and you're going to start figuring out where exactly you want to focus your efforts, be it weight loss, be it kettlebells, whatever your goal and whatever your focus is going to be, you're going to start figuring that out, and you're going to start figuring out what clients you want to work with and what clients you don't want to work with. So I'm going to say this and repeat myself many times throughout the entire video, but there's a structure to kind of follow, and then there's the art. That the structure is kind of the science of things, and then the art is the coaching side. What works for this client will not work for that client, and so on and so forth. So for diaphragmatic breathing, I think it's extremely powerful. When I talk to my clients, they get it because I am so I know within myself, I know that it is very powerful and it will work. So you probably don't have that buy-in, or maybe you do, and whatever the case is, they're going to feel that. So learning more about what you're doing is just going to help that buy-in, because if you believe it, if you know it's true, they're going to believe you. So just try and kind of have that mindset about things. Because I'm talking about diaphragmatic breathing, you might think it's fucking stupid, but I encourage you to dive into it more. I'm going to have some more videos about it. But understand that it is very powerful and it will help people. It helped me, literally. I got out of pain within 10 minutes when someone coached me through diaphragmatic breathing. So it's very powerful, it's very beneficial. And I'm going to go through, we're going to immediately follow this. I'm going to go right into an example of what a good diaphragmatic breath looks like, what good diaphragmatic breathing looks like. So the most important aspect of diaphragmatic breathing is just intention. Because when you tell people about diaphragmatic breathing, the first time they're going to do it, they're just going to be like, and that's it. And they're just obviously just not going to get it. So you have to show them that they need to breathe in for about 4 seconds, hold it for maybe a second, and then breathe out really forcefully for about 8 seconds. And it doesn't need to be exactly 4 seconds and 8 seconds. You don't need to be there with a stopwatch. But the whole idea is they're breathing in very deeply and then exhaling even more forcefully. And they literally should be using their abs to crush the air out of their lungs. And if they're doing it right, their abs are going to turn on. Their abs might even start cramping. They may start coughing. And these are all really good signs that they're doing it properly. But you're going to have to show them. So I'll show you a couple good deep breaths, and just watch my hands. It's like I'm laying down on my back, my hands are going to rise up towards the ceiling as I inhale, and they're going to move back down as I exhale. And that's going to be a really important key, because again, you really need to use your abs to crush the air out of your lungs. And that's a really big key, because if your abs are turned on, if your core is firing, then your whole body is much more stable. So then you have much more range of motion throughout your joints, because they have a very solid platform which they can move around. So, So again, slow, steady, methodical. And as I said before in the previous video, this stuff's really powerful. Tony Gentilcore showed us how to do fetal position breathing, raw fours belly breathing. And just after 10 minutes of doing that, I'd been in shoulder pain for a very long time at this point, for years, like at least 18 months at this point. After just breathing for 10 minutes with him, I was out of shoulder pain and I could bench press like that same day, just because it opened up all the tissue in my upper back. It got my shoulders a lot more stable, got my core turned on. So this stuff is really powerful. It really works. And just carry that belief with you when you're talking to your clients about it. Just another quick caveat too. I've seen coaches coach it with straws and coach it with the balloons. The Precision Nutrition, they have it coach with a balloon. That stuff can be helpful, but I think that it's just kind of like
you're just putting too much effort into it at this point. Because if you just lay down on your back and have people breathe, it's going to work. Or if you have them lay down on their belly and just breathe, it's going to work. You don't need to do a whole bunch of different stuff. If you want to dive into it more, that's totally fine. However, from a personal training standpoint, from a warm-up standpoint, you don't want to waste a lot of time with the warm-up. You want it to just serve its purpose, which is literally just to get your body ready to work out. So if that's I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.